After seeing a news report about a CEO who had died in a plane crash, a woman immediately came up with a plan to become rich. She arrived at the CEO's funeral with a fake baby bump and tearfully claimed that she had been his girlfriend. Since she appeared to be carrying his child, the billionaire's mother quickly believed her story. After all, she desperately needed a new heir. From that day on, the woman escaped poverty and became a wealthy socialite. 5 years passed in the blink of an eye. Just as her son was about to inherit a fortune worth billions, a servant brought shocking news. The CEO who had supposedly died in the crash 5 years earlier had returned alive. It turned out that he had been rescued by a fisherwoman after the accident. His mother was overwhelmed with joy, but the woman immediately turned away in fear that her lie would be exposed. Unexpectedly, the fisherwoman explained that the CEO had suffered a severe head injury after the crash and had lost all of his memories. Hearing this, the woman breathed a huge sigh of relief. She quickly rushed to his side, caring for him attentively and claiming to be his fiancé. To prove her identity, she even produced a forged photo album. For every photo inside, she invented a touching love story. However, the man remained cautious and rational. Soon afterward, he ordered his assistant to investigate the woman's background. The meticulous assistant even had the photos professionally examined, yet found nothing suspicious. What they didn't know was that even the background records being investigated had been carefully forged by the woman. The next morning, the woman brought a young boy to meet the man and claimed that he was his son. Strangely enough, the child looked remarkably similar to him. Seeing this, the man's resolve began to weaken. Little by little, he started falling in love with the woman. Meanwhile, the fisherwoman who had saved him became fascinated by his wealth and status. She began coveting the position of Mrs. CEO. To imitate the woman's style, she even took clothes directly from her wardrobe. Fortunately, the man stopped her. Instead, he asked the woman to take the fisherwoman shopping for new clothes. Wanting to provoke the woman, the fisherwoman deliberately asked a sales associate to bring her the same red dress. To her embarrassment, the dress looked extremely unfashionable on her, and even the store employees secretly laughed. Humiliated and furious, she bought every piece of clothing in the store. She thought the woman would be upset, but the woman couldn't have cared less. After all, it wasn't her credit card being charged. Later, the billionaire's mother decided to reward the fisherwoman for saving her son's life by giving her a necklace worth $10 million. However, she suddenly received a notification showing a $30 million charge on her account. She immediately called the woman to demand an explanation. The woman had no choice but to tell her the truth. The older woman instantly became furious and concluded that the fisherwoman was nothing more than a gold digger. She immediately took back the necklace. Seeing what happened, the woman's son asked his grandmother for the necklace so he could give it to his mother. His grandmother was delighted and repeatedly praised him for being thoughtful and filial.